Hi everyone, welcome to your next math lesson. Today we are in chapter 9, looking at two lessons, 4 and 5, adding unlike fractions. Students will be able to add unlike fractions using models and the 5-step plan. All right, so today let's first talk about what it means to be an unlike fraction. Unlike fractions are fractions that have different denominators. So we looked in our previous lesson about how to add fractions that have like denominators. And it's quite simple. You add the numerator, you keep the denominators the same. And of course, always simplify. Well, what happens if your denominators are not the same? Someone in one of my classes asked that great question. So I'm going to show you this with a model, and then I'll show you the 5-step plan. So for example, let's say that we have 1/2, and we're adding to that 1/4. An example could be Mrs. Gravenice ate half of a pizza because she was hungry. And then someone else came along and ate 1/4 of that pizza. How much of the pizza did they eat? And you might be able to see in my model right there what the answer would be. I'm going to show you using fraction tiles, and I'm going to show you with a 5-step plan, because not every question will be something with these kind of easier fractions. So we can all agree that the denominators are different. We cannot simply just add and add. Never add the denominators. We can't just add and keep one of these numbers. Won't work. We have to make our denominators the same. So let's model this with our fraction tiles. Here's 1/2. Here's 1/4. If I put these together, that's fabulous, but they're not the same color because they don't have the same denominator. So I can't just say I have two pieces. Two whats? What do I have two of? I have two tiles, but they're different, so I have to figure out what they would be if they were the same. So what would they be if they were the same? How can I make half while also keeping in mind that I need fourths? Let's see, how can I make a half while keeping in mind that I need fourths? Well, I could use this. 3/6 equals a half. Woohoo! But can I use the same color to make a 4th? I can't. 6 will not work as a denominator. All right, remember, I want to try and make it all the same color. Let's try, I like the color green. Let's try green. Can I make a half with green? I can't, so it won't work. We want to have the same color. How else can I make a half? I can make a half using yellow. And guess what? My other fraction was already yellow. So yellow it is. That means we're going to use all fourths for this problem. In the 5-step plan, one of our steps is to find a common denominator. Well, 4 is my common denominator because I can take 1/2 and make it fourths, and I can take fourths and keep it as fourths. Great. Now that I have all the same color, all the same denominator, I can add these. I have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 total. So 1/2 plus 1/4 equals 3/4. Now, when I drew that pizza and I showed you that I ate 1/2 and then someone came along and ate 1/4, you might have thought that that looked like 3/4 because guess what? It did look like 3/4. It's hard to see, but I just drew a purple dotted line right here to separate into 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 of them are shaded. So I want to show you this exact problem using 5 steps. And if you're taking notes, you definitely want to copy these 5 steps down. Step 1 is to line up vertically. Vertically means up and down. Step 2, and I'll go over these steps in detail, don't worry. Find at the LCD, least common denominator. Step 3, write equivalent fractions. Oh my gosh, there are so many steps here. I know, this will take you a bit of practice. Step 4, add. And step 5, our favorite, simplify. Always in simplest form. So these are the 5 steps. You can pause the video and copy them down if you need to. So let's go back to step 1. Line up your question or your fractions vertically. I want to stack them. I want to take 1/2 and put it on top of my second fraction, 1/4. Kind of like when you add whole numbers together, right? You can see I did a really long equals bar because I'm going to put stuff over here. So there's step 1. Hey, I already did a step. I didn't have to do much yet. Step 2, find the least common denominator. That was when I was trying different color tiles to see which ones were equal to the originals. So my denominators are 2 and 4. If I find the least common multiple of 2 and 4, there I have it. That's my common denominator. I'm going to count by 2s, count by 4s, see if I can get anything in common. 2, 4. Oh, gosh, that didn't take long because when I count by 4s, I get a 4. 4 is my common denominator, my LCD, my least common denominator. That was step 2. Step 3, make equivalent fractions. So I need both of my fractions to have a 4 as the denominator. So this one needs to make a 4 as my denominator, and so does this one, but woohoo, this one's already a 4. We got lucky there. I'm just going to keep it the same. But this one I have work. Make equivalent fractions. We're still on step 3. So 1/2 equals how many fourths? Here was my 1/2. How many fourths was it? 2/4. Well, how do I know that without these tiles? Because if I take 2, what do I do to get to my 4? I do this to the denominator to get that denominator. 2 times 2 gives me 4. Always do the same to your numerator. 1 times 2 equals 2. 1/2, 2/4. We saw that in our tiles. Now again, I did not have to change my second fraction because it already had my common denominator. I did not have to change any part of it. 1/4 will equal 1/4. All right, that was step 3. Step 4, add your new fractions. Add 2/4 plus 1/4. Oh, thank goodness that we now have a common denominator. This takes us back to the lesson we did a few days ago. 2/4 plus 1/4. Put them together. I have 3 fourth pieces. Remember, never add your denominator because it's not 3/8 pieces. It's 3 of the fourths pieces. Step 5, check to simplify. What times tables give me a 3 and a 4? Only my 1 times tables. Meh, that's boring. Here we go. Simplest form already. 3/4. That's what we got originally. 5-step plan. It is a little bit of work. Okay, these require work. Let's do another one, and then we'll call it a day. Adding unlike fractions. Let me look in my book for a goodie. Adding unlike fractions. Ooh, that's a good one. You know, when teachers say that's a good one, it means, oh boy, brace yourself. This one might be a little crazy. 2/3 plus. Oh, this one's really going to be a little bit of a challenge. Actually, maybe I'll make it a little simpler. 2/3 plus 1/4. All right, here we go. Do I have a common denominator? These are unlike fractions, which means we cannot just go ahead and add. This is not 3/7. No, 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 never add your denominator. So I have to make equivalent fractions. 2/3 right here. 2 of my third pieces. We're adding 1/4 right here. Are they the same color? If you're colorblind, do they have the same denominator? The answer is no either way. So I can't just say, I have 3 things. Nope. I have 2 things that are the same, 1 thing's different. I have to find a tile that will line up with both of them, the orange and the yellow. So you can play around with your tiles. You can experiment and you can say, let me see, can I do green to make orange? No, green is out. Can I do some purples to make these? If I do a couple of purples, will I get an orange? Let's see, doesn't look promising. No, purple is out. Can I try 4ths? No, doesn't look promising. Oh my goodness. How about my favorite color, this teal? Ooh, looky. Okay, so teal works with the orange. I can get 2 teal to equal 1 orange, but does that work with the yellow? No, yellow and teal don't match up right away with what I have. Sorry, teal, you're out. Let me try some of these black 12ths. Let's see, can I make 12ths equal 1/3? Hold on, they're little and they're in the bottom of my container. Ah, look, 4/12ths equal 1/3. Can I get 12ths to equal 1/4? Let's see. Can I get 12ths to match up to my yellow? Hot dog, I did it. Okay, so I can put away all these other guys. So I have found that 12ths work for thirds and fourths. Come on. I bet you they're like hiding under my couch. Oh, goodness gracious. Are you kidding me? This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh, brother. Okay. Well, if there are 4/12ths and 1/3, then I'm going to pause this because I think there's one under my couch. Okay, I bet you can't tell the difference. So I let my son play with these a couple of times, and this is my punishment for doing so. I now have some missing pieces. But I improvised, and rather than quitting, I found a solution. Here's my missing 12ths, please. So what I was doing was I was showing you that you can take 12ths to make 1/3, our orange piece, and you can take 12ths to make 1/4, our yellow piece. So when we're adding together 2/3, we really have, let's see, how many 12ths are equal to those 2/3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8/12ths is the same as 2/3. And when I had 1/4, I have 3 more 12ths. Oh, now I have a common denominator. So I can just add the numerators together. 8 plus 3 is 11. Keep the same denominator, 11/12ths. That's great. That's already in simplest form because 11 and 12 are next to each other on the number line. So 2/3, aka 8/12ths, plus 1/4, aka 3/12, gives me a total of 11/12. How about we do that one with the 5-step plan? Okay. Step 1, stack them. Vertically line them up. 2/3 plus 1/4. Step 2, find a common denominator. Back there. I have denominators 3 and 4. So if one of us counts by 3s and the other counts by 4s, what are we going to both say? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Let's count by some 4s. Keeping in mind, we're looking for these guys. 4, 8, 12. Oh, there it is. Bazinga. My common denominator. Make both of your fractions have a 12. In this example, both fractions have to be changed. Both of them. All right. Step 3, find your equivalent fractions. 3 times what gives me 12? In other words, how many of those 12ths were in one of these thirds? There were 4 of those 12ths in a third, but we had 2 of those thirds. So 2 times the 4 gave us 8 12ths that are in 2 thirds. All right, 1/4. Do the same. 4 times what equals 12? How many of these guys were in a fourth? 3. Do the same to your numerator. 1 times 3 equals 3. Step 4, almost there. Add your fractions. 8 12ths plus 3 more 12ths. 8 plus 3 equals 11. Keep the same denominator. Can I simplify? I cannot because they are in only the 1 times tables. So I get 11/12. All right, this might have seemed like a little bit of a longer video because these 5-step plans take some time, and I did want to show you how to model these as well. You're always welcome to use the models. Remember, I have the link posted for you to use virtual fraction tiles. You could draw them. You might even have them. You can see that I had to improvise a little bit here. You could make your own with paper if you're crafty. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.